What's up guys, today we're going to be doing an install on a 2015 to 2020 Chevy Suburban. So this install is good for the 2015 to 2020 Yukon XL, Cadillac Escalade, Chevy Tahoe, and Chevy Suburban. We're going to begin this install by removing the inside panels, starting with this panel. This customer also has a decoy turkey with boots, and so that is our special guest for this video. Begin by removing this panel here. You're going to want to use a plastic pry tool if you have one. These come off pretty easy, but these plastic pry tools help a lot. Before you remove that inner panel, we're just going to open the glass hatch here because that panel is right around that latch, so that needs to be opened up to be able to pull that off. So when you remove this trim piece, often you're going to have these tabs fall out. You just got to slip that right back in, just like that. So when you insert it, it reattaches like it's supposed to. You're going to use a pick or a small pry tool to remove this tab right here. Using a T30 Torx bit, go ahead and remove that bolt sitting right here. That's going to help you release this panel. Next, after you have that bolt out, just pull this little piece out. It just pops out like this, and disconnect the button going to your trunk release button. To release this, just pull up on this red tab, and then pinch and pull apart. After that, you're going to pull this down. You're going to use a plastic pry tool to pull off this panel as well. Next thing you're going to do is pull out the camera housing. There's just one camera wiring harness right here. To get that out, just pull the red tab like you did on the last one and pinch, pull out. There's one tab on this side. Push that in and down. Pops out just like that. Pretty simple. And this is where we're going to mount the nozzle. So using the template number 21 that came in your kit, you're going to line this up just like this. And once you're lined up with the edges, just make a mark with a punch. You're going to use that mark to drill a 5/16 hole. So before you drill this hole, we're going to flip it over. And this piece right here, we're just going to trim that out. You don't want to trim out this piece because that's what locks it in. So just take some cutters. Just like that. So it looks like this. I recommend using a step drill and drill to the 5/16 hole. Go on the other side, just make sure it's cleared out. The next thing you're going to do, the nozzle that has the orifice facing this way towards the hole, and we're going to scuff up the surface here, and we're going to scuff up this surface and clean it. This helps the epoxy set properly, that the nozzle will never fall off. Next, take the alcohol wipe that came in your kit and just wipe clean the bottom of that nozzle so that there's a clean mounting surface. Same thing with the nozzle. While that's drying, we're going to take the epoxy that came in your kit. We're going to cut that open. Going to want to squeeze out all the content that came in that epoxy packet. This is important. You need a perfect 1-to-1 ratio. So once that's all out, mix that together really thoroughly. Once it's thoroughly mixed, you'll see it starts to become cloudy with some bubbles in it. You're going to want to let that sit for maybe a minute just to start getting tacky. We're only going to take just a little bit of this to put on the nozzle. Make sure you do not cover that small hole because that's where the fluid comes out of. Let the epoxy's had just a little time to set. We're going to take just a small dab of that and set that right on the nozzle. Spread it around slightly and then take that nozzle, put it right underneath your camera housing like this, and push it down, kind of move it around a bit to make sure that epoxy spreads thoroughly, like that. Make sure it's centered. We're going to let that sit. Want to let this sit for maybe 45 minutes so it has time to completely cure, so that when we route the hose to it, that thing's not going anywhere. So when you get to this point, you're going to take a razor blade and just cut in that sheathing. Be careful because the wiper fluid hose is in here, but there's also one wire in there. Just make sure you don't clip that wire. You're going to take the T-fitting that came in your kit and you're going to insert it in between the OEM wiper fluid hose for the rear windshield. And then we're going to take the hose that came in your kit, we're going to attach it to the T, we're going to run it right through this grommet here. You can see we just spliced a hole in here. This runs up in here. And then once you've done that, take this, put it back, like so. And then you're going to want to take electrical tape and just wrap that back up nice and tight. So now once that's just taped back up, now your hose is routing through here. We ran it up through here along this wiring harness. Go ahead and use some zip ties to secure that. And you're going to route that up through this hole so it's hanging just like this. Once you have it here, we're going to snip it roughly right here. And we're going to insert our check valve. And that's going to stop it from leaking when you're not using it. When you're accelerating, the fluid's going to want to push out. This check valve stops it from doing that. This is the check valve. There's an arrow, and you want to make sure that arrow is facing in the direction of flow. So we're going to insert it right here. Just like that. And then when we put our camera back in, we're going to take a short piece of hose and just connect the two of them. Now that this has had time to dry, we're going to reinsert this. So go ahead, stick the wiring harness back in the hole here, push this up, put this side in first, and then just clip it like that. Take the short piece of hose you cut off, and we're going to feed that right through that hole that you made. Make sure you leave just enough to get onto your nozzle. So we're going to connect this hose to the check valve. Go ahead and cut off whatever excess is there. There, reconnect the wiring harness for the camera. Now that your sprayer is completely dry, it's on there, everything's all set. We recommend using a little glass cleaner. You don't have to, it just makes it easier. Spray a little bit right on the end of the hose. Once you've tested the camera cleaner and you're sure everything works properly, we're going to start putting the panels back on. So once this panel's back on, go ahead and reinsert the panel that connects to your button. Make sure you reattach the wiring harness that goes to your button. Replace the screw and reinsert this tab. Now we're going to replace this panel right here that we took off. Make sure that hose isn't covering up any of the panel clip spots here, otherwise it won't be able to go in properly.